There are three parts to the gospel text of today, which is taken from the Gospel of Mark chapter 1, verses 29 to 39. And the first part is the healing of Peter's mother-in-law. As soon as Jesus enters Peter's house, he sees his mother-in-law who is in bed, laid down by a fever. Jesus takes her by the hand and lifts her up, and the fever leaves her. A sign that she was truly healed is given immediately when we are told that she got up and began to serve them. Immediate relief, immediate healing results in the person being so grateful, not reveling it in herself, but reaching out in service, reaching out to others. This is exactly what Peter's mother-in-law does. And so the point which Mark is making is that healing is also for service. That we must appreciate the gift of good health that God has given us, and whenever possible, we need to reach out in service to others, like Simon's mother-in-law does in the gospel text of today. The second part is the healing of everyone who is brought to him. Through this, Mark is saying that the ministry of Jesus and the mission of Jesus is not merely words, but action. In the case of Jesus, there was not only theory, but also practice, and that is why a large part of the ministry of Jesus was reaching out to the deaf and the dumb and the blind and the lame and lepers and the sick, and even raising the dead. Jesus does all of that in this summary statement which Mark gives us by telling us what exactly this kingdom means. The kingdom is not only spiritual healing, which it surely is. The kingdom is psychological healing and physical healing and mental healing and every other kind of healing. One might say that the kingdom is making people whole. In the third part, we are given an insight into the fact that the mission of Jesus was not parochial. The mission of Jesus was not restricted. The mission of Jesus was not narrow, but for everyone and universal. Simon and his companions hunt Jesus down, who has gone away by himself to pray. Jesus knew that the strength which he had came from his Father. Jesus knew that he needed to keep going back to his Father for this renewed strength. And that is why in the third part, when everyone is asleep, early in the morning, he has gone away by himself to commune with the alone. He is alone and with the alone. And even as Simon and his companions find him after hunting him down, they want him to remain there. They want him to be parochial. They want him to be restricted. They want him to be narrow. And Jesus says, no. My ministry cannot be a restricted ministry. My ministry cannot be for a small group of people. My ministry is a ministry that is universal and available to all. So anyone who needs help, I am willing to reach out to. Anyone who needs my assistance, I am willing to assist. My ministry is to the whole world and anyone who is open to my grace. The Lord is inviting us to continue that ministry today. The Lord is inviting us first to appreciate the gift of good health and to use this gift not only for myself, but even for others. The Lord is inviting us to look at my own frailty and to approach Him for this healing and wholeness that I need. And the Lord is inviting us to be like Him, the salt of the earth and the light of the world. Will I reach out in love to at least one person today?